We pretty much dealt with that, didn't we? We have one get out of jail free card now, which means it's time to pester the other inhabitants. Is that the word? In Harvest. And a person I wanted to visit for a while now is... What's his name now? The mortuary guy. I forgot his name, legitimately. We're gonna visit the cemetery first. Oh my god, the scale in this game is a little bit fucked up and I can't tell if it's supposed to be like this or if it's just some kind of engine limitation. If I click on this, am I gonna enter the cemetery? Yeah, it seems like it. Here lies Boxcar Willie. Robert Williams, 1922 to 1947. May your fantasies be forever gory. Rip, the unnamed hobo. Well, that shouldn't be funny, actually. Freddie Mercedes. Too much love will kill you. Not even glue could save him. Rest in peace, Elmer. These are all references, aren't they? 2 years in Harvest was too long. Fear not in death. Monty Jakes. Oh. The headstone of this graveside reads Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe. Scotty Bacon. We shall rest easily without you. Wait a second. The scripture on the headstone has faded beyond legibility. November 27th, 1948. Another unknown visitor. This tombstone is unmarked. I mean, considering how many people are living in this town, I don't know. How big is a graveyard supposed to be? How long do they keep tending to these graves? Like, what's a regular size for graveyard? If you're like living in a big city, I'm sure you have several of them. But they don't keep graves forever, which is a thing I've only learned of when I was a teenager, that you have to pay. Or at least in Germany, I don't know if it's the same in other countries. You have to pay for your beloved, allegedly and assumedly, deceased one to keep their place in a graveyard? Some graveyards have like... You can't call it like a lifetime placement, right? Since it's more like a I should laugh about this. A death time placement. However, after like a few dozen years, they dig them up and reuse the site. Reuse the place they were like buried in. Because otherwise we would be just drowning in dead people, I guess? I don't know what they do with them. Maybe they compost them, or they just build a tower to Babel. But it is kind of weird, right? Since you never really think about that when you're younger. Being confronted with the concept of death is a very weird thing anyway. Very hard to wrap your head around. And then these rituals that we made up in our head to somehow cope with it, where we bury them close by so we can visit their physical location of their decaying, decomposing bodies. It's a little bit fucked up if you take it apart like that, isn't it? So yeah, most graves are only like available for like a few dozen years, I think, at most. Especially if there's no one around to keep paying for it anymore. If like all of the remaining family have died as well, then who's gonna visit anyway, right? Tell me how it is in your country, whether you like, whether there's like really old graves around still or not. And it should have, like, as a teenager, I was like, my way to school, there was a shortcut through a graveyard. And at first it felt somewhat bad to go through there just to get to school quicker and come home quicker, but after a while, like, if everyone does it, just gets, like, it loses its edge, right? I should have noticed back then that none of these graves went back farther than, like, 1920 or something, right? And the city I've been in has been around for quite a while. Yet another resting place amongst the graves. What's the point of this location, though? Ah, there's a mausoleum. A crypt, rather. What's the difference between a crypt and a mausoleum, actually? The marble doors have been sealed shut. I assume I need a key, but this is gonna be important later on. The leaning sycamore is dead rotten, unstable for climbing or stringing nooses. Yeah, that's the first two things I would have thought about as well. And that's a wrap for the graveyard, for the cemetery. Also, what's the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery? Is it the same thing, just two different names for it, or is there like an actual difference? Hot damn, English is hard. The air here reeks of fresh soil and manure. Manure? I know what manure is. I'm wondering why. Interesting, but really not that, well, useful so far. We go to the mortuary. Professionally kept landscape. Everyone loves a professionally kept landscape, right? The hideous symbol stands out like a swastika or flattened spider. It is somewhat reminiscent of a swastika, isn't it? Why does every movement, every cult, every like big organization, why do they need? That's a dumb question, right? Why do they need a logo to identify with? But why does it enhance their the capability so much? How can a logo have so much power? Like even now, people seeing a swastika where it is. I shouldn't talk about this since this is going to be uploaded to YouTube Germany, I guess. And if they hear this word, they are very sensitive about this. I don't know if I'm going to trigger any bots here. So why does a symbol, even though it's a religious one, still trigger so many people when they see it? That's a very innocent question. I know why, okay? But it is baffling, isn't it? I'm in a very talkative mood today. Like everything other than playing a game, it seems like. I just think it funny, right? After almost 100 years now. We're gonna reach 100 years in about like 15 more? 20 more? 20 more. Just about 20 more, and it's gonna be 100 years since like the end of 23, the end of World War II. The familiar buzz of like a neon light or whatever is in the background again. Empty coat tree. These votive candles have been lit by many well-wishers for the dead, or one well-wisher with a lot of matches. My mum used to do this when we went to like Catholic churches, and I never really understood the custom. But as a child, you just like playing with fire. Those dear to us who have passed recently, Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe, we found his grave. A schedule of this week's funerary events. It shouldn't be that much with that many people, but maybe there's like so many hobos that die. We've been told that. We have comfortable looking sofas. 2 doors. The logo again. We're gonna check out the side door first. Most likely it is his office, and he's currently, it looks like, working. Mr. Monahan, that's his name.
Stephen.
Who are you?
I am Daniel Moynihan, mortician and proprietor of the Wayward Hotel.
Most people ask me why I don't remember their names.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
God damn it.
Besides, as one who deals with the dead, I try not to involve myself in the affairs of the living. Your loss of memory is of no concern to me, true or false. Ironic, considering my recent involvement in a charity event.
What are you talking about?
My complaints were central to the scheduling of the upcoming Harvest Bake Sale. I'm gratified the Order of the Harvest Moon got involved. The proceeds will certainly help cover my losses.
He has a very soothing voice. Where do we start? The dead?
Yes, I prepare them. I use this astro glue to close my autopsy incision rather than sutures. It's much faster, more efficient. Of course, it only holds for a short while, but once they're in the ground, who cares if they split open?
Is it owned, I guess?
They will anyway. The pressure of the gases and the worms pressing outward, rupturing the cavity open. So why bother with fancy needlework?
A cold-blooded approach.
But what of my losses? Do you realize if it weren't for the efforts of the Order of the Harvest Moon, the bake sale and so forth, even with the Wayward Hotel, I'd be hard-pressed to stay in business.
Is it really that bad? down there? Like, if you bury a corpse, does it really just burst open after a while due to, I guess, whatever the fuck starts living in the body? I never really thought about that either. The losses.
It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to harvest to die. They simply drop dead, penniless, and they all need burials. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share. So why must I pay for the coffins and burial materials as well?
You shouldn't have to.
My losses to the dead are substantial. Hopefully the bake sale will offset some of them.
Wait, what happens if a homeless person dies? Who takes... Like, who covers the costs? Isn't it like the state usually? Shouldn't be Harvest that pays for this guy to like get them down under? That's not... I mean, 6 feet under, not down under is like... Well, you might as well be dead down there as well, but... Shouldn't it be like Harvest, the community? Whoever is in charge of the town, like the mayor with state-given funds or something? I thought that would be it. Why would he have to cover for this? He's already giving them shelter. He's right, he should be paid actually for that. I can fully understand him. The fact that they just only hold a bake sale for him is a little bit of an insult.
This bake sale is a joint effort of the Harvest PTA and the Order of the Harvest Moon. The proceeds will be used to set up a fund for transients. In other words, bums and societal rejects without families who wander into Harvest uninvited.
Then the Order is setting up shelters for the homeless?
Not shelters. Graves. You see a great number of these hobos die while passing through. Don't ask me why, it's what those people do. Use your common sense, Stephen, memory or no. If they were involved in setting up homeless shelters, then why would I be involved? And why would I be sustaining losses?
Yeah, holy shit, Steven. Fucking get with the program. The Order of the Harvest Moon. I think we've lost a prompt and I can't remember which one it was. Great.
As always, the Order of the Harvest Moon has taken the lead in addressing our societal ills. Through their sponsorship of the blood drive and the bake sale, the Lodge ensures that all our needs are met.
Needs? Such as...
Pardon me, there are corpses to prepare. And my losses have been substantial of late. If you're sincerely interested in the Order, however, you should stop by the Lodge and speak with the Sergeant-at-Arms.
Why should I be interested, Mr. Moynihan?
Of all the spots in Harvest, the Lodge is the most prominent, literally and figuratively. It is the ambition of everyone here to join, and join you must to attain wisdom.
What kind of wisdom?
If I knew, I'd be a member. I have the feeling you have what it takes to join the Order, Stephen. We all believe that. Whether or not you live up to your potential is up to you.
It's very interesting. The way the game is written, I can't tell whether it is like over the top cheesy and like a parody of itself, or just so overly serious that it goes around to being somewhat funny again. Same with the voice acting. I'm not sure any of them really put in any effort, but the way they delivered their roles is amazing, actually. Like Steve is the one that doesn't fit into them the most, but you can basically forgive him for in-law reasons because apparently he doesn't belong here at all, time-wise, and he hasn't just been here before. It's entirely new for him. It could be either amnesia or he could have been isekai or whatever. But all of the other people, they have these long expositionary, that's the word, lines where they just give you info dumps and talk a lot about like different concepts and things that are just normal for them, and they deliver them in a way that reminds me of. It almost reminds me of playing like a visual novel, and I haven't had this experience before in like a Western game where I think, oh, this could work as just a regular novel as well. So we went through these, right?
Then
Yeah. Okay, let's see if we get some prompts back.
It's...
Otherwise, we're gonna ask him about the hotel. That's what I wanted to ask about.
As owner of the only hotel in town, I do my best to accommodate any hobo who straggles into town, vacancies permitting.
Very charitable of you. But the guys who drop dead staying in the hotel, well, both are true, both statements. So, however, I'm inquisitive.
I really don't recall. We get so many low-life dregs passing through here, I can't remember every little death that occurs.
Huh. Are there that many?
As I said, sliced open on a mortician's slab, every corpse looks the same. Red and juicy.
But surely you remember if these deaths
Steve
were
just
an
isn't bothered.
unusual occurrence.
You sound like you're launching some sort of investigation, Stephen. That would be most unwise.
Well, why? Why would it be unwise? Investigation.
You're spouting gibberish.
Unwise.
You're spouting
Can we ask him about Stephanie or the wedding? Stephanie.
You're spout...
Oh, come on, the wedding at least, surely.
You're spout...
Oh, god damn it. Okay, goodbye then.
I'd say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
Same, my friend. Let's see what we can load out of this mother. On the counter sits a new tube of astroglue.
You can't have that, Stephen.
Ah, shit.
I need it for my work. And may I say you're a rude young man for attempting to steal it.
I was only gonna borrow it.
Indeed. And have you anything I could hold as security?
You can have my
Security.
tampon.
Like what? Money?
I'm afraid that's not good enough. I need that glue for my work. You must present me with something significant if you'd have me part with it.
Okay, so this is a regular tit-for-tat trade then. I was about to yoink it, but apparently they thought of that. Oops, he spilled. Oopsie! A very nasty looking sink where it seems like blood and gore is coming out of the, whatchamacallit itself. What's it called? The, where you, like, turn it on. The faucet. That's the word. Damn, smart. A pair of bloody handprints are smeared across the glass. Why can he not clean up, and how the fuck did he manage to stain the walls up to here? The needle lies on 33 degrees Fahrenheit. How... Which Celsius is that? I'm not smart enough to, like, do the conversion in Fahrenheit. I don't know what the rate is. Fans wearing blades barely stench-laden air. There are organic things floating in formaldehyde in these jars. The sort of things that make you want to look away before you can really see what they are, but your eyes won't oblige, like this heart. A disembodied organ which was never meant to pump formaldehyde. So there's a... like... I've seen that in TV, right? So I don't know if it's true or not. But apparently in Germany, there's only one location where you can train to be... What do you call that? Not really a mortician. Or maybe it is a mortician. Or maybe that's the right word I'm looking for, and I just don't know. So let's just assume, right? There's only one location, somewhere in Bavaria, we can go to and, like, train for the job of this. And I don't know if it's true, because that would be a little bit weird, right? Because if you're living in northern Germany, you have to go all the way down to southern Germany for a few years just to train for the job and then go back to open up your own funeral service. But maybe it also costs you money to do it. So it is really a job of passion, I guess, like a teacher, or like working in a kindergarten or in a hospital or something. You must really like it. I stole the ledger and I don't even know why. Can we take a look at it? Mortuary ledger. We can't read it. Oh, maybe we can show it to someone. Okay. I mean, it is pretty much a church, isn't it? So it's okay if we hold the wedding here, actually. Exquisite chandeliers, pews, rows and rows of empty wooden pews, cast with the dust of indifference. Perfect for a wedding. like there's an oh well, okay, I guess I wouldn't want to marry in front of this, but at the same time, it is kind of like if you go for an edgy wedding. A hauntingly beautiful stained glass window in which a man holds a scythe in one hand and some ethereal power in the other. I wonder if they're gonna introduce magic. A brass candelabra or candelabra? I thought they were called candelabra. Holds several strange smelling candles. The imprint of a head, buttocks and sliding heels are scraped into the thick dust of the pew. Why a head? Wait a second. Head, buttocks and sliding heels? Was someone lying on that or? And why? Empty vessel of the dead. A small lectern for a priest. A saint kneels before a shepherd, jubilantly terrified. Nothing about the plans this time? Can we just move out of the way? Is there something here? It doesn't seem to be. Maybe it's just a fluff location. Or maybe I'll have to do something with the casket later on. So remember, we need to bring an item to him of equal value for him as his astro glue, so we can yoink the glue. Can't just take it, you know. No, it's a video game. You need to ask. So we've basically done everything on this screen now. We've done everything on this screen. We're missing the newspaper building and the fire station. The newspaper building's burned down, so I assume it's going to be a quick look at that. Examine the ashes. Yeah, we kind of want to... I mean, we do think that it was Postmaster Boyle or Boyd that did it. Since he's been blackmailed by the sheriff. Sheriff Dwayne. What's left of the newspaper building after an extreme fire? 3 fire hydrants and the building still burnt down? Well, they don't just extinguish the fire by themselves, you know? At least the plumbing held up. That should be more interesting, right? Why didn't this stuff, like, melt? Can fire melt steel plumbing? There's a shovel here. Can I take it? Shovel is sticking out of the building's ashes. Oh, yes. I'm gonna take that with me. A shovel is always useful. Maybe I can dig up the graves. My first instinct in any video game is when I have a shovel, which dead people can I dig up? I think it's like playing Fallout at a very early age, like 8 or 9 or something. Wasn't healthy for my mental development, really, when it comes to stuff like that. I just disregarded that as loot. I'm gonna try it out immediately. There only really are 2 graves that seem fresh, so... Right-click to arm or disarm. Okay. Interesting. It is a weapon, but I can also use it on the grave.
That didn't work.
Damn it. Damn it.
Well, that didn't work.
Damn
Well,
it!
that didn't work. Well,
Okay, I can't.
Damn it. Damn it.
Oh my god, why did they not think of this?
Well, that didn't work.
Alright, am I just gonna walk around with a shovel in my hand now? I walk as if I shat myself. Alright, next building, then the fire station. Harvest Fire Department. Another huge building which seems so off scale. With all the rows of pretty flowers, the firemen must have a ton of time on their hands. Yeah, well, only one building burns down every half a year, so... A fire truck with a lovely shade of pink. Oh, yeah, it is. A fireman.
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
What?
Sorry, Steve. After I'm through here, I've got cleaning to do. Rush, rush.
What? Oof. Oh, I know the title. I know the title for this episode. Ah! What? Oh, we got a dog, we got a fireman, we got a mail waller, we got Sparky. Oh, we got a fireplace and it's incredibly hot in here. These firemen are literally hot. Can a dog shut up, maybe? Saliva is foaming from his barking chops. Sparky is named. Let's talk to him. Sparky?
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it. Oh, cut it out, Spots, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up.
Huh? Gonna throw him a sausage? Oh no, it is...
There you go, Spot.
The fuck was that? Oh, he liked it. I love this short video.
So, Steve, bet you don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department.
Is it rude if I put on a gay voice myself just to, like... Well, maybe this scene doesn't need to be any gayer, I don't know. I don't want to make fun of gay people, but this is a very, very, like, cliche depiction of them. Oh, the only thing is missing is that it was a fireman. But rather like, what was it again? Like in the, like, steel workers or something. Was it that in The Simpsons? Where Homer brings Bart to see hardworking men and they're all just gay. What do you hear about my memory loss? Why are you sketching nude men in my fire department? Where did he... No, actually, oh god, both are very valid questions. Why are you doing this?
Please, it's not the subject, it's the process. Don't be such a process.
Wait, what?
Talking about art.
It looks like a knee.
Besides, we haven't had a fire in Harvard since the newspaper building burned down. Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen. Isn't that right, Spots?
Oh, lovely dog. A Dalmatian, isn't he? Alright, well, I want to talk about the dog, please. Spots.
Spots is a dandy watchdog, but like the rest of us, he has one awful vice. None of us can resist a nice cut of meat.
Jesus Christ, like the obsession with meat in this game and the implications of what it actually is. Wasp woman.
Some people think all we do is sit around, sketching fetching examples of manhood for our own amusement. Nothing could be further from the truth. Why, just the other day we cited Tetsuo Crumb for fire code violations.
Oh, no you didn't.
All the dried out paper wasp nests clustered around our wooden house. Why, it's a chemlog just waiting for the right faggot.
I'm sorry, what?
Believe me, none of us wants to see another fiasco like the Sentinel fire.
Why is, like, why do people, when they put on a gay voice, why do they get a lisp as well? Like, is this a regular gay thing? Why would it be? Why would you get a lisp from, like, being gay? Kind of weird, right? It's like the stereotypical, like, racist accents. How did they... Some of them I understand, because if you're Asian and you start talking English, there are just some pronunciations that are non-existent in your native language. So I guess it makes sense for them to have trouble pronouncing these letters. There's also like a stereotypical German-speaking English, right? Which I hope I don't sound too much like, but I can try it to sound more like the German that tries to speak English for the first time, which is basically what like Arnold Schwarzenegger sounded like in the 80s or something. Which it gets this sound, right? Since we were supposed to be very bad at the CH sound. That's what they drill into you in school as well. It's one of the first things you learn in school is how to pronounce the CH. Whereas I think if you just don't bother with trying to like make people self-conscious about this VH sound in like the, it isn't even that hard to do. It's like it's like a DE for us actually. So I don't know why so many people have problems with that. But again, it could just be, I don't know, like different, oh god, I dread to say this in this situation that we're looking at right now, but different strokes for different people when it comes to learning languages. I never found it too offensive though. And again, I say this coming from a place which is discriminated against when it comes to the English language a lot. And we're being depicted as, like, what are Germans depicted as in English medium? Either like Oktoberfest going drunkards or Nazis, right? There's nothing positive standing out about the Germans. So I never really had much problem with that. Of course, if you want to be offended by racial stereotypes and stuff, that's your own prerogative, you can do so. But I feel like when it comes to humor and comedy, sometimes you need to get over the line in order to truly be funny. You need to reach the point where people have to internally ask themselves, oof, is this okay still? Am I even supposed to laugh? Because if the laugh comes out involuntarily and they think, oh no, I shouldn't laugh about that, that was a true reaction, right? Right from the gut, actually. So again, I just tried to cope with the fact that we're looking at gay firemen here. What I actually want to say is, this is a product of its time, I guess. This is what they do, right? These days they do like a disclaimer in front of the video. Disney does that, I believe. This was a product of its time, and any offense caused due to depiction of some minorities or whatever the fuck else is entirely unintentional or something. I don't know. I don't actually know what the disclaimer actually says, because I'm not a fan of that. They started doing this in German television as well, where again, I'm not a fan. Like, if these are gay firemen, then fucking let them be. It's good. Isn't that representation as well? Is there like wrong representation? I guess there can be wrong representation. You don't want to be depicted as like, but maybe you want to be depicted as like very flamboyant, right? There are some flamboyant gay people out there, just as they are like, I don't know, just as they are smart Asians, which is like a positive stereotype, I guess. Like good at math and stuff. Just as they are drunk Germans, which is a negative stereotype. There are also Nazis out there. So, I don't know. Like, I should just. Why am I not dropping this topic?
A dreadful affair.
Look at his face.
Think that a brick
Oof.
steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that
Oh,
quickly.
yes, that is very. You think it was arson? Maybe you were too busy drawing to put it out in time. No, let's not accuse him of anything. Do you think it was arson?
Oh, please. Dwayne was glad enough to see the thing go up. And so was McKnight.
Who's McKnight?
If you could get into that safe in his wall... Forget it. Look, Steve, as far as I know, the fire was an accident. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, hello there.
Go moving.
He's perfectly still. So he thinks it was man-made as well. He just doesn't bother anymore to look into it, I guess, since why would he when he could be drawing beautiful naked men model?
Come again?
Oh, I will later, I think. Male model. Was it nude model? What was it? Nude model.
Come again?
Oh, he's gonna say this a few more times. Just painting.
Come again?
Fireman?
Come again?
Can we go with gay?
Come again?
What did you just call me? Wedding?
Come again?
Stephanie? Oh god.
Come again?
What can we call him? Or not call him. What can we call him? Oh, many slurs come to mind. What can we ask him is what I wanted to say. We asked him maybe just regular fire.
A dreadful affair.
Okay, it is about the fire and the. Let's just maybe this unlocks new things to ask. So maybe you were too busy.
Art enriches the community, Steve.
Art, we can ask him about
less
art.
than a pulsing fire hose or a fireman beating down a blazing door. So what if we're drawing a nude man? So what if all we ever draw is a nude man, or the same nude man over and over in all sorts of provocative positions? Context, not content. Process, not subject. Don't be so gauche, Steve. It's beneath you.
I don't even know what this means. What is gauche? Also, he called him nude man, not naked man. So maybe this Nude man.
Come again?
Okay. Art.
Art enriches the community,
Okay.
Steve.
Okay, goodbye. Is there anything I can do with you?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Is there anything we can give him? Can we give him the gas can? No, we should dust it for Prince. How can we dust it? Also, I feel like this is another case of, like, I should most likely save before I fuck up something and they kill me for one reason or another. Maybe because I've been looking at these gay people wrong. Firemen. Men. Plural. Firemen. Cute, I guess. They somewhat are. We talked to the other guy.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do!
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Is he wearing a skirt or what is this supposed to be? This is like an apron so he doesn't like spill anything on his trousers. Can I take a look at the art? No? Can I talk with the male model?
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
Oh, that's a very soft-spoken voice. I can't... Oh no.
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
I love it. It was most likely like some intern they told to strip.
I don't converse on the
Just
job,
make this
Steve.
picture and keep still like that. Can we do something with the dog? It's alive as foaming. The fireplace accident just waiting to happen. Why? Because of a fireplace? Picture of phallic-like structure standing all in a row. Oh god, of course they're phallic. Of course they are. So is it like a custom to be gay when joining the firemen? Or does joining the firemen turn you gay? Or is it all just a big coincidence? Decorative oriental fans from the Ming Dynasty. Whoa. Isn't that expensive? Impressionistic landscape. The lights are too high up to reach. A photorealistic mural of a peaceful countryside. Oh, these are not even real windows. Okay. Light switches. A daintily painted cyan light switch. Okay. Am I standing in the way for something? Move, Steve, move. Don't accidentally hit someone with a shovel, please. Do I... Maybe I can give him my gas can. Use gas can on Sparky. Not a good idea.
What's that got to do with me?
Oh, can we maybe tell
Well,
him?
Steve, I would...
Who did it? What if we ask him about
Come
arson
again?
directly or blackmail?
Come
Then again, didn't we settle the matter with the sheriff already? Maybe I can double cross him. What was the name? Boyle. Boyle or Boyd? Boyle?
Come again?
Something with a B-O and like a Y or an I. It was
Come
Boyd, it
again?
was Boyle, right?
Come again?
Not bored. Sorry, I don't care about your board.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was very nice, actually. Very refreshing. This game just keeps doing that to me. Like, every once in a while, it just gets me so off guard that I feel... Steve just shuffling to the... to the exit. It catches me so off guard that I don't know what to think, to be honest. Wait a sec. Didn't the shopkeeper say... It's healthy for us to be interested in the magazines lest we turn into a fireman?
Well, will you sell me one?
I certainly will, Steve. That kind of interest is healthy for a young fella. Steers him away from being a fireman.
Huh? What? Is that what she meant by that? Oh god, that was foreshadowing for this. I can't believe it. So we did everything on this screen as well, except for the lodge, I guess, which is gonna come dead last. I do wonder if this Mr. Knight that he mentioned, if he's in the TV station. We haven't really done much here. Maybe we're gonna keep this last. We have to... Oh, we only have the barbershop and the missile base on this screen left, so let's check out the barbershop. Surely there must be some kind of clue as to what to do next, right? In one of these locations, there must be something for me to do. But this barbershop looks very sad, but we're just gonna try to enter. with shovel in hand. I need to visit less locations per episode so I don't get overwhelmed with like what to name them or what really there is to highlight in each of these, because where do I fucking begin? An alien head on the wall? A cow head? A picture of a B-52 bomber or something? A small person? A big person? A barber? And a sheep with red eyes. Let's talk to Mr. Pastorelli. Mr. Pastorelli doesn't respond, not understanding English. Yes, I was wondering how offensive they could get with this. I guess it's like, yes, it almost makes sense. How the fuck do you get a haircut then if he doesn't understand you? Do you just point to a picture? Okay, Mr. Parsons.
Hello there, youngster. You say them aliens I was telling you about? Well, they came back last night. Cut another crop circle in my south field.
Is that a euphemism?
I've never seen none of them saucers, Clem.
Them aliens is wily, Pete. You don't cross the intergalactic void without learning a trick or two. You know what Pastorelli did? Yesterday, he gets an alarm system to protect his pole. Only he don't know how to rig it, so now it's all awry.
An alarm system to protect his pole. I just can't take this game serious anymore in a certain way, because I keep thinking, do they mean a dick or not? Pole.
Why, that barber's pole of his is his pride and joy. Brought it all the way over from Italy, wrapped all special-like. It ain't nothing but colored glass with some bulbs stuck up in it, but he thinks it's the be-all, end-all. Installed that alarm system just to protect it. Though who in tarnation would want to steal a worthless piece of junk like that? I don't know.
Maybe them aliens, Clem.
Oh, Pete, don't be ignorant.
Aw,
Them
Pete.
aliens don't give a fig for no colored glass. You think if they can build spaceships, they can't make a dadgum barber pole? Crazy hick, don't know nothing about science.
Oh, it would be such whiplash if this guy was actually knowledgeable, right? And not just some kind of like ass backwards hick, I think they're called, right? As he just said. When you're like a country bumpkin. That's another nice term for it. I don't know if it's nice, actually. It sounds cute. Country bumpkin. It sounds like country pumpkin. Which is very fitting for the time right now. It's October the 8th. Alarm system.
Pastorelli shelled out for an alarm system, all right, but he's too cheap to hire an electrician to hook her up. Dang it, he cross-wired it to the fire sprinkler, so now when the alarm goes off, it sets the sprinkler spraying. Tarnation! Aliens looking for intelligent life ought to stay away from this shop, sure enough.
Why are they here anyway? Like, are they just... He's constantly like sweeping the floor while they are playing some kind of game together. Is a barbershop like a regular place to hang out? Or was it in... Is this playing in the 50s or something? Aliens and Pastorelli and Clem, I think is the name of like the other guy. Aliens, hello? My mouse doesn't seem to respond today. It's weird. Hello?
Well, son, the ways of the alien is a specialized area of woodcraft unknown to all but the wiliest sportsmen. What you gotta remember is, your average alien is smarter than your average human.
It's not
so you
hard.
gotta be extra careful building your blind if you want to bag one.
You hunt aliens.
Son, after nailing an alien, you can never go back to quail.
What?
You think you can get one of those at a swap meet? Line your blind with lead to fool their sensing machines. Lay real quiet and wait. Preferably in the woods around the nuclear base. Oh, they love messing around out there.
Obviously.
Why not wait outside your field, Clem. Wait for 'em to come a-carving.
Oh, they do their crop doodles with zap guns, you darn fool. Don't you know nothing? Besides, ain't no place to put the blind out in the field. Now, you listen to Clem Parsons if you want to tag an unearthly being. Lay across the void wondering what lies beyond, all the time not knowing that what awaits them is buckshot.
Buckshot! Wait, so he's Clam. What's the other guy called then? I guess we can talk to him and find out. Pastorelli.
Pastorelli's a funny sort. Foreigner, don't you know? He cuts
yeah,
hair pretty
foreigner.
good, but he don't know spit about nothing else. You just ask him to hook up an alarm system if you need convincing.
Yes, obviously he can't speak a lick of English, I guess.
Pastorelli shelled out for an alarm system.
Okay.
Anytime, Steve.
Well, he was somewhat nice to us, right? Mrs. Swell, that's his name, Mrs. Swell. He didn't bother at all to like insult us about our amnesia or call us a kid. This guy looks like just a beaver as well in the back. Mrs. Swell?
Howdy, Steve.
Hi.
Yeah. Howdy back, Mr.
Pete Swell, Steve. Don't you pull my old leg now. Change your mind about that aluminum siding?
About
What are you talking about?
I really think you should talk your father into buying some. He can afford it. And I can't stress enough the value of some really fine aluminum siding. Keeps it warm in the summer, cool in the winter, and it keeps out the sheep.
Wait.
Pastorelli ought to
Warm in the
look
summer?
into some, but I can't get him to understand a word I say.
It keeps it warm in the summer and cool in the winter. Isn't that like the other way around? Do you actually want something to be warm in the winter and cool in the summer? What is this about aluminum siding?
Steve, aluminum siding can't get a fair shake no more. Started when those firemen came to harvest, filling people's heads with newfangled notions like color coordination and interior design.
Of course they did that.
You can paint aluminum, you know, if you want to. But even so, I can't seem to move it anymore. Not even to a rube like Pastorelli. Thank God for the plumbing.
Ooh. Pastorelli?
Pastorelli's a rube from way back. Ask Clem Parsons how he followed up with the alarm system in here. I'm a plumber. I could fix it for him, but he just won't listen.
He's a plumber. What's his name again? Pete Swell. Pete's well. Is he well? Pete is well? And his name is Clem Parsons. Clem Parsons? I'm just trying to find like whether there's a joke in their names that I'm missing or something. Plumbing. Please.
Well, I seen the end coming for the aluminum siding game, so I took a mail course and learned how to be a plumber. Now, there's a business that never lets up. You'd be surprised what people flush down the toilet.
Oh, I know. They flush down like tampons and stuff, which is like the worst idea to flush down a toilet, I can tell you. Tampon.
Stop funning around now.
Oh, he didn't like that. I'm sorry. Sheep. That was another prompt he gave us earlier. But is my mouse dying or is it like what's happening?
Can't understand why Pastorelli keeps that nasty thing in here. Must remind him of the pastures in Italy. Kinda like why I keep wrenches under my pillow, so as I can dream about plumbing.
Yes, every time I dream about laying a pipe, I just have a better day afterwards. Bye!
Nice to see you again, Steve.
Yeah, nice to see you too, Mrs. Swell. Let's take a look at this and then we'll end for today. I didn't even try to ask them anything. I don't think they know. Television. The dangling television is sure to cause neck strain at this angle. Oh yeah. Very high up again. The scale for this. This building is like 3 people high. An unfortunate extraterrestrial who journeyed hundreds of light years to wind up mounted on a barber's wall. Barber's pole. My mouse, it just doesn't seem to be working today. A fancy barber's pole secured to the wall with straight slot screws. Okay, that's another hint how to unscrew it, but why would I and how would I with these people around? A coat rack? Jim Bob, who was the high school star pitcher 20 years ago, hangs his aging leather jackets here. when he comes in for a trim. Takes a true sportsman to hunt down those dangerous cows. Sculpture. Oh my god. I was testing if like my why does my left click? Is my mouse seriously dying? Holy shit. I need a new one, but they're very expensive then. Made of solidified mousse and sticky hairspray, this lovely mannequin is a work of art. I hope it's just a game, like acting up today. Except for its occasional hairball cuff, it's hard to tell if the sheep is alive or not. I would say that's a very... that giveaway. There's light switches here. Pastorelli motions you to stay away from the switch. Picture of young Mr. Pastorelli, spaghetti on his mouth and all. No, it is. Come on. Picture of Mr. Pastorelli as a young buck. Colonel Buster Monroe is flipping the bird from his B-17 cockpit. Sorry, it's a B-17, not a B-52. I don't actually know the difference. Clem Parsons took this rare photograph of an extraterrestrial. Apparently, if I click on this, I can talk to him again. I'm not sure that's supposed to be him. Like a... it's his pitchfork, I guess. That's why it belongs to this model. But nothing else. We can take a look here. Interestingly. Not even the sprinkler system or something. Alright. Get in position, Steve. Can we move you? Hello? No. Well, slowly does it, I guess. Steve? Oh my god, I guess he wants to end the episode. I'm done, Lambda, for today. I've talked to enough crazy people. You can't keep making me do this. I don't belong here. You always were, kidder, Steve.